Everyone to episode 2 of this week's Raw review, the show where I give out my thoughts on this episode of Monday Night Raw from this week, while those are positive and negatives. So without further delay, let's get into this video. Okay, before we actually get into the video, I just want to say something. It feels so weird tuning into an episode of Raw and not having that classic intros play. Like, I really just want a new intro. Like, instead of just cutting to powers or Watch Out the Arena, why not just have the intro? Why did they even have Eminem be the new theme for one in the first place if they're not even going to have a freaking intro for it? It's just something that always just bothers me when I tune into episode of Raw. We actually open this episode, now I'm moving on to the actual show. We open with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley cutting a promo, and I feel a lot of people complain about Rhea Ripley's mic skills and saying that it's not that good. But honestly, I'm here to tell you that I disagree strongly. I think Rhea Ripley is easily the best worker in WWE right now with her in-ring and mic skills. I think she's actually really good, and I think she gets overhated, and just in general. So I have no problems with Rhea Ripley, with Rhea's mic skills, and just this promo in general, but I just felt like bringing that up. I think Rhea's perfectly fine. Then, Judgment Day, Bayley, Lyra, and the Kabuki Warriors all came out, and, there was a big brawl, and then a match was made for #1 contendership. But before we get into all that, it's time to bring up easily my favorite part of any episode of Monday Night Raw, and the main thing that I always look for whenever I tune in, the Judgment Day segments. I always love these segments because they give so much character and depth to this faction, and honestly, if you just pay very close attention, you could find just new details from, like, the way that all the members act. And this week was no different. We had a segment with Roxanne and sorry about that. With Roxanne and Liv and Finn Balor, as Liv is complaining that Finn's just been sitting on his ass and that he wants to go back to the Judgment Day, but he's just been failing. And Roxanne brings up that she's got a point, and this is a new side of Roxanne we're seeing, an interesting death. Because we all thought that she was just going to be okay with Finn and just, like, going, like, trying to manipulate Dom. But now we're seeing that she's, like, becoming more pro-Liv. I'm always open to anything with Judgment Day related, so I'm really excited to see where this storyline goes. We then get Javon Evans versus, I think it's Bravo Americano? Whoever Tyler Bate, is playing. But, speaking of Tyler Bate, I just really hate that the way that both him and Pete Dunne have been being treated. Like, I don't mind El Grande Americano with, like, supposedly Ludwig Kaiser and, maybe Chad Gable. But my issue is that Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are both great wrestlers in the ring and even on the mic. But now we just got these them as cosplaying as luchadors, like, just it's just a thing that I'm not really a big fan of. And then move on to the CM Punk segment. I actually forgot to mention that, Javon Evans won that match between him and, Tyler Bate. So, now back to the video. And then life comes to me. Or at least just is the highlight of the night. Not just Punk promo, but this. The moment Finn Balor came out, I got so hyped. Like, you guys don't even understand. Like, I'm a big Finn Balor fan, and I've always wanted that push for the world title. Like, ever since 2023, I've wanted it. And I'm so happy next week we're getting a World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, normally, I would be skeptical going into these matches that with Finn Balor with the world title. Well, I'm always skeptical because I don't feel like Triple H has the guts to give him the belt. But then I look at Drew McIntyre and I see that he ended up winning the the WWE title after a terrible booking from Triple H. So, no, honestly, there is a possibility, but I'm not buying it. I still think that this is gonna end with CM Punk winning. But there's still a chance. A chance. Maybe a long shot, but there's still a chance that this could happen. We then get the triple threat tag team match between Judgment Day, Bayley, Lyra, and the Kabuki Warriors, which I mentioned. And I thought this was a really good match. All the women had great chemistry. I really liked some of the spots. Of course, there was some awkward moments, but it was still a really good match with the right outcome. Sorry about that. With easily the right outcome with Roxanne and Liv, and I really am excited for the match of Saturday main event. It's literally just like the match writes itself, and it's just perfect. We then go to Raquel's promo on stage, and literally all that happens is that she gets promo. Stephanie comes out easily looking the best she's ever looked. Like right here, she looks great, and then Raquel beats her up. This is basically just a copy and paste of last week, but instead Raquel used the title as a actual like belt and smacks of Stephanie's cast, and then she just the beatdown happens on stage. Moving along to Dragon Lee and Penta versus Division and Lily. This match was pretty boring until Bron Breakker comes down and spears him, and Lily, everything just begins to light up as Bron Breakker literally just destroys everyone. And then Adam Pearce comes out, and Breakker actually gets physical with Adam Pearce by like choking him and all that, and Division have to break him back. Also, my favorite part about this was easily with when Logan Paul was like praying to Adam Pearce when he tried to get back at him, and Logan Paul was just like, "He's gonna kill you, please don't do this, he's gonna kill you." And I'm like, and I just find that funny. And then we got the segment where Adam Pearce suspends Bron Breakker, and this is just the thing that like, always confused me. Why suspend him? Like, he tried to choke you out and he put his hands on you. Like, don't suspend him, fire him. Like, what's the issue with firing Bron Breakker? But then we get to the main event between Gunther and AJ Styles, and I thought this match was really good. I mean, I didn't expect anything else, but like, I thought both men are obviously phenomenal in the ring, no pun intended. And I thought that this match was really good, and then we get to the finish, where Gunther taps out while the ref isn't looking, and AJ thinks he's won, and then Gunther low blows and powerbombs him. I got a lot of problems with this, and by the way, I mean, mainly me too. First, this just really just ruins Gunther. Like, Gunther's not the scheming wrestler, or the wrestler that tries to cheat to win. He's more of the brute. He's more of the brawler. He's the wrestler who wants to just fight and tear people apart. He's not a genius in the ring. Like, he's the ring general, but he's still he's not the wrestler that's known for cheating. My second problem is that this causes them to run back Gunther and AJ Styles. I've said this numerous times. I don't mind Gunther and AJ fighting, but I don't want Gunther as AJ's last opponent. Like, I just don't want that. Oh no, I thought this episode of Raw was pretty good. This episode of Raw was just really decent. I mean, it could have been better in a lot of spots, but oh no, not a bad episode, and my final rating is a 6 out of 10. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this episode of Monday Night Raw? Or did you think this episode of Raw was not that good? I'd like to hear your opinions in the comments. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces, yeet.